conversation with character, to reflect on my past and present, aware of character defects.
I'm sorry.
The passion, the power, the purpose of unwoven recovery, unity, service, 1 year token.
The most prestigious network in the land.
This is Character Asked It. You already know Character Did It. I'm here with Palmier Yellow. Palmier is a friend of mine, bro. We've been working together for a while. We linked probably at the beginning of this year. I cannot tell you how much this kid impresses me. When I say kid, I mean kid. When I met him, he was 16 years old. He just turned 17 a month ago, and he is a prodigy with dance, with producing, with singing and rapping. Bro, tell us about yourself, man.
Yo, I mean, just turned 17. I'm feeling good. Hey, everything's new to me, so like I'm exploring the stuff, just making creative music, as you would say, Well, I actually prefer being called an artist, just like
all
that.
Around art.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a specific type of art.
Exactly, Some people know me for rapping, some people know me for singing, some people know me for producing, some people know me for dancing. Like, at this point, just call me an artist, I do everything. Let's be honest. So yeah, I'm just living life, I'm still at school and enjoying life.
Are your parents artists?
No. Actually, my mom was it was a diver. Yeah, that's it. She was, yeah. And she actually trained people that were in the Olympics too. I know it's crazy, but that's what she told me. So like, kind of a big deal. But yeah, and my dad is also somebody who was pretty good at every sport he did. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, I was pretty original as an artist,
This all-around artist comes from two athletes. All right. So how did you get into everything? How did you get into dance? How did you get into everything?
Well, funny story, all right? I was actually a kid when I first started dancing, So I was about 4 years old, which is really young. And it wasn't actually for watching somebody dance. Like, everybody thinks, oh, it's music, oh, it's that. It's like, it was actually a game I played called Mario Olympics. I don't know if you know it. Look, okay, there was one that was like, it wasn't actually dancing, but it was something on skates. Like, and I just saw that and I was like, I want to start dancing.
Okay.
And my parents was like, confused. Like everyone should be, I mean, let's be honest. If somebody sees Mario on roller skates, what do you think? Oh, I'll start dancing. No, like nobody thinks that, So I mean, it was a pretty weird decision, but I mean, I just did it,
Okay.
Just go for it. Go for it goes. And that's how I started. So that's dancing. And then I did like I think it was 10. I'm actually on my 14 year, I think. Yeah, close to 14. So I have a lot of experience. But I actually started music during the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, everybody was trying new stuff to entertain themselves. It's pretty normal, So yeah, I actually watched Crip's videos.
Wait, hold on. You were like 12 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I mean, starting young, to improve. So yeah, I was like about 12, and I was watching a Crip's video about making a song in about 1 minute. No, 1 hour. It was a song in 1 hour, if I remember correctly, and like. He was like telling stuff about, I'll just take this free beat on YouTube and then drag it in and then I'll start writing. And then I was like, you know what? I can do that. It's easy. I'll do it. I'll try. Let's go. So I tried and failed miserably, but still tried. At least I did something.
Sure.
And I got this far. So I mean, honestly, like I actually fell in love with it. It was so fun. Just everything that's creative. Since I was a kid, even my parents told me, like, you were weird as a child. You were a really weird child. You always like playing with others. Yeah, obviously, like a child would, but you also like playing with yourself. not in a weird way. You know? Let me correct myself. Wait. Like playing with myself, like I would use like two figurines and just start creating a game with dice or like or something, just weird stuff. And I'm
creating your own little world.
Exactly. So.
But that's what you do with your music now. And
exactly.
Okay, so let me preface this. Palmier makes a kind of music that I cannot describe to you. There is no genre that it fits in. There is nothing like it that you have ever heard in your whole life. But it's amazing, and he does every single sound that you hear is from him. It's his creation from scratch, bro. Tell me about the music you make and how you got. Tell me about it.
Well, first off, I'm just gonna say straight out, okay? My inspiration is actually Quebec. I don't know if you know him.
Nope.
He was a YouTuber, a FIFA YouTuber actually, who actually got famous for doing styles of rap and eventually turned into what I'm turning into, actually. So like a weird artist that makes folk, shoegaze, experimental rap, hip hop, singer-songwriter, like all the genres combined in one to make something creative and with a lot of atmosphere. So that's kind of what I'm turning into, actually. So yeah, that was kind of my inspiration to start producing, actually. And once I started producing, I was like, you know what? Let's just fuck some shit up,
Hell yeah.
Sorry for my language, but I know I'm 17. I'm still a kid.
It's not illegal, forget it.
Okay. But yeah, that's it. I was like, try something new. So like, So I think it was in my third album where I started actually producing a lot of the songs. I remember Climbing Without You, the EP, which is a while back. Do not listen to it, please. Thank you. But yeah, it has some original concepts, but yeah, not really good in my opinion. But yeah, I started actually producing at that time. Like some weird sounds we heard like that was me. Okay, so yeah, I started then, but then I fell in love with the process of finding sounds. Like what sounds can go with this one, what emotions can a sound bring to the table, So like yeah, and when I did Ghost EP,
Yes.
I was searching for like weird sounds, but at the same time, I still wanted to keep my rap root, my rap root, and yeah, so like I still did beats and everything, but I wanted weird sounds. So, and I remember you actually did like the collective listening in the live streams, and you reacted to I think all the songs.
Yeah, bro. I love that EP for real. And it tells a story. Actually, talk to me about that EP. Tell me about the story that it tells and where it came from.
Well, if I'm gonna go there, I'll have to talk about the newest EP as well. So, well, let's start first with Ghost. So yeah, well, since it's been out for a couple months, I mean, I can just straight out say the story. So actually, the story, if you listen, and I'll tell the story, and then you can go re-listen, so you can hear every detail. So the story in itself was, in general, was a friend that committed suicide by taking pills. Okay, so in itself already, tone just changed. But then, his friend was like, oh, okay, okay, you're just a ghost, you'll sing. But then, as the EP progresses, like, he's like, maybe it was my fault. And more, like, that's when you realize in the song I Already Know, like he keeps repeating I already know, mm-hmm. because of the fact that I already know it might have been my fault, that was probably me that made you commit suicide, and in Vital, that's when you also realize that he committed suicide himself because of what he did, So I told the story in more details with the two last, but yeah, if you listen to it, you might hear the details.
Sure. I'd like to go back and listen to it now. But
oh yeah, and when he says like, well, you also have to know that in the EP, actually, the person that is dead and the person that speaks like is actually living, are both talking during the EP. Okay, so like when Vital comes in and he like the one that says, "I didn't mean to hunt you, we killed the fields too," and start screaming at you to leave without you.
Yeah.
Like in the lyrics in itself, "I didn't mean to hunt you." That was the ghost. So I didn't mean to hunt you and kill the fields too, because you know, he literally killed himself, and scream without you, then leave without you because he's dead. So like he left, you know.
Bro.
So that was kind of a way to like tell the story. It's deep meanings like this. You really have to break down the story, which is some people don't do it, but actually if you do, I actually cried to that song. I don't lie.
I'm sure, bro.
Like honestly, like if you just listen to the lyrics or just read the lyrics, it's deep. You know,
No,
you might not
absolutely.
feel that emotional connection with the song in itself, but with just the lyrics, you might just cry. You know, it's deep. It's not something you want to hear also. So
Especially knowing that perspective of it.
yeah, exactly. So like, imagine being the ghost
Right.
and seeing also your friend do what the error that you did. You know, so like it's a deep meaning that like just hurts to hear sometimes. Sometimes I just don't want to hear the EP for that reason. You know.
Nah, well, I mean, hey, there's a reason why you had to make it, man. That was your therapy.
Exactly, you know. So I mean, it's already done and it's already out there. So
So what about this new EP?
yeah, Continuous Division. Yeah. Well, that's a new one. Well, yeah, it just came out like about a week ago, I think, and it's already on 1,000 streams, which I'm just they're pretty proud of. So yeah, it's also a concept EP, which I called them. So yeah, and it's a story about like an alien. Like it's from this perspective of the alien. All right, just to be clear.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's how deep it gets, and it's from this perspective of the alien, and it tells the story about an alien wanting love from Earth, but actually being rejected from it, and then you realize how much it hurt him. And then, he realizes, oh, it's probably my fault, So, like, and spoiler alert, it was actually because he is different. There's humans and then there's him. He's too different. So, the society, like, obviously rejects him. He's different and are scared of him because he's an alien, But he doesn't understand that. So like he started like, and you'll find this in Another Day, the song, where he actually starts to really like being mad and just wanting to kill everyone almost.
That's awesome, bro. Where did the inspiration for that come from?
Honestly, I don't know. I just woke up one day and I was like, what if I'm an alien? That'd be cool, honestly.
You might be an alien, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You might be an alien.
I don't know, maybe.
Tell me about the
spoil my
dance,
secret.
bro. I don't know much about what you do with the dance. Like, what kind of dance is it? What does it mean to you? Tell me about the dance.
Well, dance is dance. So yeah, well, I mean, it's an art form. It helps me like get over stuff. Obviously, like it's an art form. I'm sure every musician is like this. It's like a therapy. They do something for therapy. So dance is pretty much like this for me. So like it's a sort of an escape of the world. In general. And what I like about it is like it moves. You don't have to just like with music. I'll just stand here and make songs with my keyboard and like record. Dance actually move. So if I feel like something is heavy on my shoulders, like I can actually show it.
Huh.
And it doesn't have to be like in front of somebody.
Sure.
I can just do it in my room, like right now. And I mean, pretty much with my music, I have a weird style of dance because I combine like about 12 styles, I would say. yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all, bro. That doesn't surprise
Pretty much
me.
like music, you know. I mean, I love combining stuff. You know, it's original.
Apparently.
So, it's weird. But yeah, well, I do. And y'all can do research. You know, go ahead if you want. I do popping, which is when you
Okay.
pop your muscles, like literally,
Okay.
almost like a robot. You have isolation, which is when pretty much like a mime. So imagine like I put my hand here, and I just move. My hand just stays there. You know.
Whoa.
And I can move,
What
and
the
it's super trippy, but it's fun to do, you know. So and I can just move like this, and it stays. It's really fun. And what is cool too, you know, you can just stay like your head here. So you put here, and you just.
How, bro? I don't understand.
It's honestly really fun to do. and honestly, it scares people. So I mean. Trick or treat, Halloween time, you know. So yeah, so like there's this. There's also like robot. The style robot says
Sure.
it itself. It's
Sure.
robot, you know. There's also animation, which is honestly that's one of my favorites because you know it looks like pretty much you're a cartoon. It's like you know you're just standing here and just go like it's weird like. You look like a puppet, you know, you look like a puppeteer, you know? It's like, yeah, and you combine all of this and it's really fun. There's also one that I do that's called Boogaloo, which honestly, I prefer the name more than that. Like, so weird, but like, it's funny. So yeah, and yeah, like, it's something weird with the legs. Just spoiler alert. So yeah, but it's fun to do. Yeah, I mean, don't try it at home. I'm sure if you look at videos, I'm sure you'll see. Never try it at home unless you're trained, okay? Because honestly, you can literally break your leg.
Damn.
Like literally.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, because it's like you know, you have your foot. Like, wait, do I have? Oh yeah. Look, I have a shoe. Okay. Like when you stand up, you know. You stand like this, right? With Boogaloo, you're in a W form, which means like you have the legs like in front, but also your foot like this.
Huh.
It's like you almost have your ankles up.
Yeah, no, my leg is sore just hearing about it.
So yeah, I mean, it takes practice, you know. Practice makes perfect.
No
That's
doubt,
what I say.
bro. No doubt, man. So what have been like your biggest accomplishments with dance or music?
Well, with dance, actually, like last year, it was insane. I actually did a duo called Ghost. All right, and yeah, it was once again. It was when I released my EP, and I was like, you know what? Let's just make a dance about it. You know, but we didn't use any songs from it. Okay, just to be clear, we didn't use any songs from it. But you know, it was like a deep story, and everyone in my dance school liked it. So. Then we went to competitions, and guess what? We won first place about 5 times in 5 different. Well, you know, we actually won 5th place in 4 times in 4 different competitions.
Wow.
With another first place, but in the duos of every category in that competition.
Wow.
Which is bigger in itself. We also got like 3rd place in every duo in the competition. We also got a chance to go on the showcase, which means like all the top dancers go do it in competition. Like we're like 10 dancers or 10 groups, like depends. They were all in the same competition, and we see who is the better of the actual competition.
Wow.
You know, we didn't win, but we did get a chance to go, which is huge in itself. You know, so. I mean, like, we're still working on a new duo for this year actually, and let's see what it goes. So like for dance, that's pretty much the biggest competition, like the biggest like everything.
Hell yeah,
the day I
bro.
started.
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like what? All right, you know, and yeah, for music, I would say probably Casini's Division, because. Everything in that EP actually, everything in that EP is actually insane, and like everything is detailed like for the max. Every sound you hear has a reason, like every lyric you hear has a purpose, and like it's insane because like it tells a story while also criticizing like stereotypes about love life. It also criticizes like the society in itself, you know, and it's so deep, like it's deeper meanings. You will never just hear me say, oh, this is crap, or oh, this is not right, you know. It's always like there's lyrics where I say like go scream on top of a roof, but you won't take me, dog, woof. Go and scream on like you want, because you'll never fight the dog.
Wow.
Okay. Well, the reason why I put that there is because, you know, humans fight each other, right? And it's like, okay, you know, oh, we're having beef, you know, whatever. But do you ever see a human fight a dog? Do you ever see a human like say, oh, I hate that dog, I hate that, you know? Never see that, you know? It's like that lyrics was really because like, oh, why are you screaming at me? Like, I'm pretty much like a dog, you know? Like, you don't have any reason, and it's like weird because like between humans it's competition, but a human and a dog is like nothing. So, and like it's small lyrics like this throughout the whole album, you know?
That's incredible, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You're 17. To think in that broad a scope is, I've never known anybody at 17 that could do that. It's incredible with how your mind works with this stuff.
I mean, pretty much it's practice, you know? I would say honestly, creativity is a skill in itself. Like, you wouldn't imagine like somebody that's creative just being creative, you know? Like, imagine some people are good, you know? So some people are creative from the get-go. Like some people are good at soccer, you know? They're naturally good at soccer. There are also people that have to train to be good at soccer, you know?
Yeah.
Like the same thing. The more you create, the more you know how to create. Like with the ghost theme, you know? That was a bit inspired by Kureka, who actually made an album called I Didn't Mean to Haunt You. Okay, which is the whole album in the perspective of a ghost, where like it's deep meaning, where he's like dead and he reminisces on the past, and like he was like he actually killed his mom, I think, and he regrets it at the end of the album, and then he just fades to static, like literally. Okay, so like that was pretty much the album. And so what I did, it was like, oh, that's interesting, the perspective of a ghost. Yeah, I'll use that a bit. So like that's why I made Ghosts. But after that, you know, now I knew a little bit of the process. So what I did was like, what if I imagined the theme myself? So now comes Final Boss. Yeah, exactly. With you. So like, yeah. So there comes Final Boss, where I was like, you know, I made this beat and I was like, sounds a bit like Mario. Like it sounded like a video game. So I was like, you know what? Video game. That's interesting. And then I was like, you know what is there in a video game? So like it's small details like this you have to know. So like I was like there's levels, there's usually like bosses you have to defeat. And then I started like brainstorming all that, and I was like, you know what, the final boss, like why do you beat the final boss? In Mario, like Bowser, why do you defeat Bowser? To get to the princess. But what if now that's when you use the symbolism, you know? Princess Peach is pink, light. Oh, okay. So like happiness, maybe. Okay, yeah. Bowser is more mean. Bowser is more like he's ready to attack. Like when I feel anxious, that's pretty much how I feel. So I was like, you know what? To defeat Bowser, I will get to Peach. So if I defeat my final boss, which is my anxiety, I will be happy. I was like, concept, that's it. Okay. So then I remember just texting you, and I was like, you know what? I have this crazy concept. I don't know if you'll understand, but and then I just started like just telling you everything. So like that's how I started creating. And then I was like, when that was finished, I started messing around on keyboard for Cassini's Division. At first, again, for the album of Guadeca, his last song is called Cassini's Division. But it was still like the ghost theme. So like, but I was like, what is Cassini's Division? So I went to do my research, and I figured out it was actually the gap between the two first rings of Saturn. So I was like, that's interesting. And honestly, I just made like weird space type beats. So I was like, wait, that matches perfectly. So then, like, after a lot of brainstorming, I came up with aliens. Ooh, aliens is actually pretty cool. And especially that in the news, they were talking about it. So it was kind of relevant too. You know? So, I mean, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's try to do that. And then the whole love kind of thing for the alien, like, it was actually because Two Worlds Separated. That song. Like, I was like, I was actually, I think it was in science class, and yeah, I'm dead serious. And then I was like just listening to it, and they talked about worlds, and I was like, in love, they kind of call like, it's like an expression about two worlds being separated when two people fall apart, you know? So I was like, that's actually interesting. So I started writing on this, and like it just fell together perfectly, you know. But honestly, like, it just doesn't feel like together. It doesn't like just connect. You have to make it connect. So yeah, I spent a couple time on it actually, which is kind of sad, but still, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with the result. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah! I mean, hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, exactly. The result is what it counts.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna say
exactly,
straight out.
man.
And yeah, so it was honestly pretty dope.
So what's your dream? What's your dream with everything you're doing? I mean, you have so many talents, so many skills. What do you want to do?
Find time to be with my friends, I guess. I mean, okay, look, okay. Honestly, I don't really have a dream. I just go with the flow. That's pretty me, you know. But like, honestly, if I turn out to be a professional dancer, I'm happy. If I turn out to be a professional singer-songwriter or producer, I'm happy. If I keep with school and become a gym teacher, which was a profession, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sure it could work because I'm like my parents are. I'm pretty like good at sports, you know. So like yeah, so like I was like, you know, like that could be cool too. So I have like 3 different options, and I always thought it was pretty cool to have different options because if one fails, you still have others.
Exactly.
And while those others, you know, you can just be like, oh, something interests me. Maybe I should go also there. So now you have another option. So now in total you had 4 options. Even if one is gone, you now have 3. You know?
Man, I wish I was you at 17, bro. Damn. I mean, you got all these options, and some are more realistic than others, but anyway, you'll end up happy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to work hard. Like I said, you know, my dream is to see my friends. And there's actually a reason for that. Because I do all of this, I actually don't really have time to be with them. Actually, like, it has been 3 years since I didn't really see them. Yeah.
Wow.
And I actually saw one of my friends 2 days ago. For one of the first times in 3 years. And yesterday I actually saw a couple of friends too. So like,
that's crazy, bro.
I'm pretty happy.
But hey, you're making the sacrifices that you got to make.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I do school. I work at a restaurant for like a student job, you know, and I dance and I make music. So I have like 4 things, and like I think it takes. Well, I know it's like about 22 hours of school per week. With dance and work is like 20 hours, and with dance it's like I think it's 4 to 5.
Damn. Yeah. No, you're packed, bro. Your schedule's packed.
Well, actually, that's actually not bad. You know, what is bad is that with every time I go to school, it takes about 1 hour to go there. So
Why?
to go into buses.
Holy shit.
That's honestly the reason why I hate buses. Like each time I go to one, like I take one to go to the other. But when I arrive, the one leaves, so I have to wait to the next one.
Damn.
And it's always like that. So that's why it takes about an hour. Like sometimes it takes an hour and more. Like, you know.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's
so, like,
tough.
And it's like to go and to come back. So it takes 2 hours of my day as well. So and I go 5 times a week. So 10 hours more. You know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Not only that, homework. I'm actually dyslexic. I don't know if you know this. And yeah, it does make writing songs and like.
Yeah, I'd imagine that makes it kind of difficult, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I make it work. So I mean,
Clearly.
like honestly, like it's a disability. Yeah, but you can still overcome it, you know. And I don't know if it's controversial, but it's people that can't walk, you know. They have wheelchairs. Like there's always ways to help with the like disability.
Sure.
To make you be better, you know. Well, not necessarily better, but like, you know, like help yourself to do something you want to do, you know.
No
So
doubt.
like it helps pushing you forward and like being better than you can. Like do the best with what you have, you know.
Facts.
In that way, you know. So like I do have dyslexia, yes, but still I do write my own music. I do read on the mic that's right here, okay. So like yes, I do have that disability, but I can overcome it. And why? Because, you know, I listen to a lot of music. I mean, dance, it's normal, you know.
Sure.
So like, I kind of know like the rhythm and like everything that goes with that. So like in that way, like it helps me remember lyrics, and that's how I can, you know, to like perform them. So like that's my whole reason why, you know.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
No doubt, bro. No doubt, man. You got anything coming up you want to talk about?
I actually don't. I honestly released Christina's Division. That was like a huge moment for me, and I just, you know, just
Hell yeah.
pushed everything out the way. But at the same time, I'm still making new beats and being like extremely busy again. Well, because of me, honestly. That's mostly because of me. I'm actually working on like a 7-minute song currently. Ooh, yeah. Well, honestly, I don't know why, but okay. Let me spoil a bit for you guys. Okay, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell.
But yeah. So yeah, like it's actually called I want it to be called One Room, where it's like you know, when people are sad and just anxious or whatever, they lock themselves in their bedroom, right? Like that's where they do all of this. So like that would be like, you know, you're inside the room and that's where all the feelings come out. But then you hear the clock, and there is actually a clock in the song which goes like tick tock, tick tock, like almost all this song, and that's to remind you like how much time it takes somebody that is actually anxious to decompress, and even when they're not in the room, they might still feel anxious. And you know, and that takes time, and like it's a whole concept about just being in the room. And I was like hoping to make a music video where the room is actually like a pretty good, beautiful room, and just simple, you know. But as far as it goes, like bed sheets flipped over, mattress maybe a bit out, like, you know, and homeworks spread out the table, and microphone on the floor, you know, like stuff like that, you know.
That's cool, bro. That's really cool. I'm excited to hear that when you're done.
Man, it's 7 minutes. it's pretty hard, and
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. For sure,
really. And with everything I have, with school, dance, and as we talked about, you know, it's hard. It's hard, but you know, it's something fun. It's a passion.
Hell yeah, man.
And with passion, you just gotta go for it, you know.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. Yo, before we end it, you gotta tell me about Palmier Yellow. What is that name? Where'd it come from? What does it mean?
Oh my god, yeah, taking me back. So actually, yeah. So for those who don't know, and maybe with my stuttering words during the whole interview, I'm actually French. I'm a French Canadian, okay? My first language isn't actually English, you know? And some people say like, oh my god, your English is super good.
It is.
Thank you. So yeah. Oh my god, it's so stupid. But yeah, it's actually because I watched TV in English when I was young. Like my whole childhood, that TV was in English, and that's what helped me to be bilingual. Actually,
Interesting.
so yeah, and so yeah, I'm actually French. So palmier is French word for palm tree. As you can see, don't worry, I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed. Don't worry. It's fine. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So like palm tree, you know, and yellow. Well,
You kind of like it.
I'm not obsessed. Don't worry. But yeah, none of it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that's pretty much, you know. So yeah. So palm tree. Why do you see palm trees? You know, when you're on vacations and on the beach, you know, and usually when you're on the beach, you're pretty much relaxed, right? And people say I'm usually a chill person, somebody who likes always calm them down, you know. And obviously, like, yes, I do have stuff going on in my life, you know, it's normal, everybody has it. But I'm super chill most of the time, you know. And yes, I do stress. Yes, I'm a bit anxious a lot of times, actually. But I do know how to control myself, which helps a lot. So yeah, so that also makes me chill. So palmier, palm tree, chill. All right. And then there's yellow. Yellow represents like the sun, the brightness, and like everything that's happy. And well, when I was a kid, mostly like unicorns or like weird stuff like I don't know, sunflowers with smiles, you know, those types of things, you know, like an imaginary world with rainbows, unicorns, like that was the kind of stuff I pretty liked. Okay, and like, you know, that's happy. That's yellow. That's pretty much like, you know, something that makes you smile, you know. So something bright, something like that lights up your world in a way, you know, that like shines through like everything.
Chill and happy.
Shining. Exactly. So like it's being chill and happy, but it's kind of my way of doing that. So yeah, like, which goes back to the creative stuff. Like, who would think about that?
No, for sure, bro, for sure. And you kind of just blew my mind because I just figured out what you're saying is it's not palmier at all. And I've been calling you that forever. It's actually palmy, but the French spelling is so difficult to understand. It just ends in palmy, right?
Exactly, palmier.
That's wild. All right, so
And,
palmy
yeah.
yellow is your name. I've known you for almost a year, bro, and I've not known.
Bro, it's way more funny when you call me palmier.
I thought palmy was a nickname. I thought I was shortening palmier. That's hilarious.
It's pretty much sounds like that, you know. But I just love the way you say that, my name, so I never corrected you in that.
That's funny as hell.
I will never
love
correct
that.
you. I will never correct you. I'm telling you, I will never.
Just say it however the hell you want, as long as you talk about me, bro. What?
Exactly. So yeah, and like, but as I said, I'm French Canadian, you know. So like, the word palmier instead of palm tree was to, you know, in a way, kind of say where I'm from, you know.
For sure,
and
bro.
to honor my country.
Not country.
Yes,
Very patriotic.
Exactly, man. I'm patriotic. But yeah, you know, so that's where the name comes from.
That's
and
awesome.
now I'm pretty much obsessed with yellow and palm trees.
I feel you, bro.
Every one of my friends.
I've been looking for more like green wardrobe now that I made that my color, but you know, it is what it is. Yo, I appreciate your time, bro. This has been an incredible episode of Characteristic with Palmy Yellow, which I guess that's how you say his damn name.
Darn, now you say it right. Shouldn't have told me.
Palmy Yellow.
Palmier.
But yo, follow him up, hit him up. I'll see y'all next time. Peace up.
Peace up, A-Town.
The most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.